price does that go?
This one's about 30.
The friend's got one. His goes only about 20.
Really? Yeah, that's like a good starter speed. Once you get 30, you start wearing all this stuff, you know?
Is that an app too?
This is just my phone. I was testing out the speed. It's like the speed. Yeah, you be careful. Welcome to the review, guys. The Joyer S5. Scooter that's actually very nice cutting through the grass and stuff because it's got these knobby hybrid tires. Good for on-road and off-road. Let me show you again what I mean. Really, really good traction. Definitely great for going over grass. And we'll talk a lot about the suspension on this scooter. It has a elastomer suspension. It's basically like made of rubber. And I'll show you one that they sent me over. I actually blew out the suspension on this scooter, I'll be honest with you. So we'll talk about all of that. What happened with this scooter, why it took me 2 months to do 100 miles. Not gonna lie, the brand is even a little mad at me for taking a while. My foot was messed up during that, but a lot of it is that there's just some issues with this scooter that we're gonna have to talk about. Even the most simple things like this cable right here, I had to cable tie here because otherwise when you fold the scooter, or really when you do anything here, it catches on this swing arm, or when you fold the scooter, it should not collapse onto these cables and potentially cutting it. So there's just very, very small problems like that that might seem minor that could turn into a big problem. It's just a design issue at the factory. I have to tell you about it, right? So let's go ride a bit more and then we'll talk about this scooter. I mean, obviously I'm not nice to these scooters. This one we took down to Arkansas to an event and we beat it up a little bit, running through the grass and stuff, but nothing anybody else wouldn't normally do. You know, like it's not like we took this off jumps and landed it and blew out the suspension. This is a really small scooter when you look at it. Like my foot here, this foot here, right? There's not very much foot room on this scooter. It's a very small scooter. I mean, you could go on the road with this, but you're slow, right? There's no point. It does still have decent top speed though. They're at that 31 miles an hour. The acceleration is there for the price point. I think for an 800 watt scooter, it's pretty quick. Just as quick as the other 800 watt scooters. Pretty quick. 32 on the dash there. Coming up on the left. Hey, nice to see you guys.
Oh, hey, how are you doing today?
Great, how you doing? Those ladies get around. This is like way out here for them. They're like my old neighbors from the east side. Let's go Iowa City. For this price point, for a $750 it's on sale right now, I think it is a sexy scooter. It's got the looks department down. That's not a problem at all there. Welcome to the Joyer S5 review, guys. We're just going to take a closer look and we're going to go over this scooter from the top to the bottom as we always do. This does have a very nice, beautiful screen. We will fire that up here fresh for you. As you will see, we're at 124 miles. And let's go over this scooter, starting up in the cockpit. We have very nice, ergonomic, pretty soft and grippy grips that are also locking. So that's important. I do like these grips. They're a bit better than most grips. For those feature here, the ergonomic and the feel of it. It's pretty soft feel. The brakes, these are standard mechanical brakes that you will find on a ton of scooters out there. On a scooter in this price range, that's the best you're gonna get. You get dual disc brakes. They are very small disc brakes. I think they are 140 millimeter, but they do plenty, and there's obviously some engine braking along with that. Braking is plenty sufficient on this scooter. Besides the brakes, we're gonna have our power button here with our gear switch. It does always open up into gear 0, if you can see there. I always click it to gear 3 and ride in gear 3 on this. That's gonna give you the top speed, obviously 31 miles an hour. Now you can ignore this phone mount. I bought that separately. It doesn't come with the scooter. The throttle on this is a standard thumb throttle. I do like this, nice and easy for beginners. This scooter is a very lightweight design, and you'll notice that when you pick it up, it almost has sort of a hollow feeling. Very lightweight. And you know, it'd be nice to see more cable wraps around these. There's no sort of protection for any of this, and just sort of some random things on it like this, you know. It's just not quite the fit and finish you want to see here, especially like this should all be just wrapped up. All of this should be wrapped up and safe, you know. Like here it's just totally exposed and could end up causing an issue. If you're gonna wreck onto this, it could get cut very easily. Actually, you really have to think about that. This is a budget scooter when you buy it. Yeah, it might look flashy, but it's a budget scooter, and there's going to be several things on it that you don't like, same way there's several things on it that I don't like. But for the price, the speed, you know, you sort of live with it just because of how cheap it is and how fast it is. Now obviously the stem is adjustable height, got it maxed out right now. There is a headlight here, turn that on, there you go. It also has these lights, running lights on the side, right, and your tail light. It does have decent visibility here, and we're getting closer to nighttime here, but not quite. It's about 4:30 p.m., but there's enough extra lighting on this, right? You see that? At night especially, it's very nice. 10-inch hybrid off-road tires here. These are great for road and bike paths. These are one of my favorite tires. They're all-purpose, all-terrain. You could drive this scooter wherever you want, and even like earlier in the grass I was demonstrating, it has tremendous traction in grass. Much better than any sort of road tires or even PMTs. I'll give them that. So that does mean the scooter is great for cutting through grass. But don't get it twisted that this is some kind of off-road scooter, because like I said, we did blow out the suspension. I will show you that. This is what they're supposed to look like here. They go inside of this little cartridge, right? And basically as it gets twisted one way or the other, right, it compresses. It's very, very hard for me to do this with my hand. But what happened was it got over crushed, and then now it won't come back. So this has to be replaced, and both of them, they're inside of here, and to me it's a pain in the butt. I don't really want to do it. It's interesting to me though, because I can show you guys what this looks like. This is elastomer suspension like this, right? Like, I never got to see one of these before like this. So literally it's just a piece of rubber. Imagine like a rubber band almost, just twisting, and that's your suspension on this scooter. I think for the price point, I think this scooter is quick, it's fun. For $750 Black Friday deal or whatever, I think you'll get your money's worth and be able to sell it at the end when you're done with it and upgrade. You know, like most people, you don't keep a scooter forever, but this will be a good learner one for sort of in the middle of your scooter journey. You know, nobody just buys a hyper scooter right away. You got to work up to it. So this is one of those scooters that's a practice scooter, you know. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Scooter Gang out. Ooh, it's quick enough to be deadly that you need to wear some pads, guys. 20-mile-an-hour scooter you can get away with. I think you can't really kill yourself on a 20-mile-an-hour scooter, but once you get up to this speed, especially if you're a young driver and you don't know the laws of the street or whatever, you really need to be careful and give this thing some respect. It's got more than your normal little rental scooter that you're used to riding. Woo! See if we can take this corner at full speed. Even you can't, because it's so... Woo! Pretty close. Like taking a corner at 24, 25 is crazy. It's gonna be a decent review, guys. I mean, like, honestly, all scooters have some problems here or there. This one's got a few more obvious problems than most, but I think that's why it's a bit cheaper. You know, they realize it's not perfect and everything's a work in progress, right? But $750, 30 miles an hour, like, that's just as cheap as any brand new moped out there that'll do the same speed. And it's electric, so you're not paying for that gas. Thanks for riding along with me tonight, guys, on this little sunset ride. Woo! It's so fun.